Thinking of playing DRKT. Alright, I'll go through a few things that cover more about fire combat here. So this recon platoon is coming up behind the rest of its company there set up in Overwatch. So, alright, the way this works, the mover gets up here, expends 12 movement points up to this point. The Soviet anti-tank company here, first of all, wants to conduct opportunity fire. It can conduct opportunity fire. Well, no, I'll back up. Line of sight is good. Line of sight is not blocked by this enemy unit. Reason is because line of sight is not blocked if they are medium. If the hex contains medium, that's medium right there. The orange behind the 12. So it's not, line of sight is not blocked, and you can basically fire through enemy units to another target beyond if the intervening or blocking hex contains medium units, heavy units, but excluding armored cars and half-tracks, anti-tank or anti-aircraft units. So this is a recon unit. It doesn't apply as an exclusion there, but it is a medium target. So it does not block line of sight. So the Soviets can see through this hex to the mover. They want to do opportunity fire. The Germans here are in Overwatch, and they could do Overwatch fire before the opportunity fire, except that, I just realized, I think in this game, generally, if you can't get a result, you can't get a result. Okay, so they are dug in, and so -3 for fire combat, which means that this unit with a fire factor there of 4 against 14 in the defense is already 0.25, which is the first column on the fire results table, but you have to subtract 3 for being dug in, so they can't get a result at this range. So they just plain need to be closer to conduct Overwatch against a dug in enemy. So that means that the opportunity fire can go through. So it's 5 at a range of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 against 10 is 0.5. 0.5 minus 3 for opportunity fire is a hit only on a 10, and they get a 2, so they don't get it. So to be complete, this would be opportunity fire primary. And now, this mover wants to move and then conduct fire after. Oh, it's such a weak, such weak fire factors. Okay. So he continues on. So this would be 15. 1, 2, 3, 4. 15. 18. So that is just under half of its movement allowance. So if it wants to fire after movement, this is it. Again, that unit does not get to fire primary opportunity fire against that mover because it already did. But this unit over here it's within range of, what was that, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's try this. 4, 24. This might actually work. Okay, let me see how I can cover everything. So the mover expended 18, which is just under half. They don't want to do any more movement there because I want to do fire after movement. So could moved half like that. So then the Soviets here want to do opportunity fire. The Germans do overwatch fire first. They roll a 4, which is not a result, which is no result. Then the Soviets do opportunity fire. Oh wait, I'm supposed to do this in order, everything. So this is overwatch fire primary. So I mark that unit like that because they use their primary. They use their primary weapon factor against that opportunity fire in response to that mover. So I go like that. Then the Soviets do their opportunity fire. They're marked primary opportunity fire complete. They roll a wonderful 10, which is exactly what they need. -3 for opportunity fire is still in S1. It's still in S1, so they are moved half. They get a suppression 1. So now they've moved half. So the question at this point is, do they get to still fire? I'm sure it's a really bad shot, but do they still get to fire after movement? Okay, so actually in principle, they could still fire, but they're so far and they can't possibly get a result. But they are a medium target. They have a suppression level 1, so their fire values would be reduced by 10%. Yeah. Okay, so they're suppressed. Leave that on there. They're done moving. So all of these, come off, and this one comes off. Okay, moved half. Okay. So I want to continue moving my next echelon up, but just want to show this, that now we're going to our first tracked vehicles in DRKT. The yellow behind the movement allowance of 22. So they are spending 1.5 per clear hex. They also want to move half and attempt to fire afterwards. And they're medium targets, like the other ones that have moved up ahead of them. So we'll see what happens after their movement. All right, several things happen here I want to point out. So the half tracks there moved through the overwatch position here, surviving opportunity fire attacks with primary weapons here. But first of all, when they moved here, they actually busted their 1/2 movement allowance, so they're not going to get their fire after movement. That's to remind me. And so now what I want to point out is that now they are within the secondary weapon. Well, they're within short range. Yeah, they're within short range, which is 2. So now they can use their secondary weapon against one of those movers, which, let me see if they have a chance. Yeah, actually they do have a chance. So now the unit is firing its secondary weapon at one of the movers there. I mean, he's choosing to fire one of the movers. Okay, so just rolled really poorly. Didn't get anything. So now opportunity fire primary is flipped to opportunity fire complete, like that. These units are not... Oh. Actually now if they move... Yep, actually they are going to move. They're going to move one more time. They've already busted half of their movement allowance. Now they're going to move adjacent. So I don't think they can do defensive fire because they've already done opportunity fire against that mover. But this unit over here should be able... Yeah, they should actually be able to use their... Ooh, their secondary weapon is 9. Okay, let's see what they can do with their secondary weapon opportunity fire. Okay, just a ton going on. First of all, the Soviets want to do opportunity fire against one of those half-track movers. So the Germans fire Overwatch. They don't roll good enough, but they are Overwatch fire primary complete there. Then the Soviets fire across. They roll very well with a 10, -3 for opportunity fire. However, I want to point out, I almost missed this. The secondary weapon value there of 9 is actually halved against a medium target. It's actually 4.5 against 6, which is 0.75. But they still, with rolling a 10, they still get an S1 on one of those movers. So, as is usually the case with this game, I hope I covered everything. So at the end, I believe that's right. At the end of this, these movers, that's what it is. So these ones come off again.